Tonight's episode of Off the Hook is presented by the Boathouse. At the Boathouse, boating is a way of life we embrace and share with our customers. We are boaters and we understand your passion to be on the water. Our passion is enriching your experience on the water.
Lakeshore lost another heartbreaker tonight at the hands of the Rivets. For Wyatt Kopelman and Andrew Lind, welcome to episode 21 of Off the Hook. Andrew, I feel like every time we have a Tommy Lamb start, he starts really well, he pitches great, but he doesn't receive the support and he ends up not getting any win or even a result. What happened tonight?
Yeah, Tommy Lamb was great tonight on the mound through 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, a pair of strikeouts. I think by this time of the season we can say that Tommy Lamb is one of the best players on this Lakeshore team in terms of the pitching staff, or besides Nate Haber, they're one of the last pitchers left, matter of fact, but he just looked great. A 7-4 ball from Connor Kimple to second base got Tommy Lamb kind of out of the first when it started to look like he was struggling, but great command of the fastball and was able to use his breaking ball and just overall looked pretty good, Wyatt.
Yeah, I thought he looked pretty good, Andrew, and fortunately enough, he was able to eliminate that scoring threat you had alluded to, the 7-4 outfield assist, very nicely put together by Lakeshore, but unfortunately, Lakeshore just wasn't able to give him much run support. That's been a big problem for this team, and it took until about the 5th inning to actually get something going. So I think for Lakeshore, the lesson continues to go on is that you have to support your ace with a lot more run support early on, and they just were unable to do that. We've seen it with the 1-0 leads that were vanishing last week, and now they were scoreless. They took a 2-0 lead, and it collapsed.
And Wyatt, we started off slow after coming off a no-hitter last night, and it wasn't looking great. We hadn't scored up until the 5th inning, but then we had made a comeback, and we ended up losing that comeback. But what did you see in those 5th and 6th innings where we scored a couple runs?
Well, Charlie, what I saw in the 5th and 6th innings was Connor Kimple scoring on a pass ball, and that was just a very obscure way of doing it, but at least for Connor Kimple, he was able to make it all the way around after a base hit to right field that proved to be very helpful for Lakeshore at the time. They thought they were going to cruise to a 2-0 victory, and then what we saw just an inning later was Jackson Gray sending it over the right field fence once again. I mean, it seems like he can just never stop himself from pulling it. We saw one going opposite down the left field line, but instead he reverted back to what he does best, is just pulling the ball, putting a lot of power behind it, and Lakeshore found itself ahead 2-0. But Rockford, a very dangerous team, and they know how to come back late.
And they came back, Andrew, in the 7th inning. Arthur Liebau came in, and it didn't look great for him. What did you see from Arthur?
Yeah, Liebau came in the 7th inning, and coming into this game, his ERA was about 1.3, so by the numbers, he was a pretty good guy out of here, Thiensville, Wisconsin, but Rockford all year has done damage to the bullpens, have struggled against some starting pitching, but really came out and 3 doubles resulting in 2 earned runs, and just like that, Wyatt, it was a tie ball game.
Yeah, it really unraveled late. Unfortunately, just Lakeshore not able to hold on as they've done against other opponents, against Wisconsin Rapids Rafters, one of the only opponents really in the Great Lakes Division that they've been able to beat time and time again here at home, whether it's by 1 or 2 runs. That wasn't the case for Lakeshore tonight. Arthur Liebau gave up a trio of doubles, 2 of them RBI doubles for that matter, and unfortunately Lakeshore just not able to get that momentum back. The game continued to unravel. They passed it off to Cade Barrett, who picked up a couple of strikeouts, but we just weren't able to see Lakeshore get off for that run support and continue to bounce back, and unfortunately they were riveted by this rivet pitching.
And that stalemate that happened in the top of the 7th ended up going into the top of the 10th, where the Rivets ended up taking the lead. Obviously the California rule helps out, but we had our chances ourselves, and so what happened in the extra innings?
Well, we had our chances ourselves, and the Lakeshore Chinooks were by far familiar with the fact that they had left runners stranded 90 feet from home, Evan Rice twice, and now we saw in the 10th inning, Lakeshore was not able to just find another timely hit, something that's been overly emphasized from Travis Acree and company to this Lakeshore team that struggled mightily as they've now lost a trio of games. And really, it just comes down to just getting those timely hits. Lakeshore was not even able to do much of that. They struck out about 8 times, if I'm correct, so just not able to put the pieces together. Rockford was a little sharper. We also saw Matt Timbrook getting caught in a 6-4 double play. He was caught sleeping on the bags, and that's really what served as a dagger, Charlie.
And that's all we have for tonight's game. For Wyatt Kopelman and Andrew Lind, I'm Charlie Dern. Thanks for watching.